I started collecting action figures when I was 27. So I'm 50 now. So that's 23 years. Yes, I can do math. Man, wow. That seemed like so long ago. It was a long time ago. I feel like a damn dinosaur now. Got my son running around calling me Unc. It's crazy. When I started collecting, speaking of son, when I started collecting, I didn't even have any kids. Not a single one. And now they all grown and it's crazy, man. That time, boy, enjoy while you can because it go quick. Real quick. Yeah, man. My first piece was Optimus Prime, MPO1. Any of y'all been around for any amount of time? I'm pretty sure y'all have heard that over and over again. But that was my first piece. And when I got it, I was just ecstatic, over the moon. I couldn't believe something like that existed. It was a beautiful thing, man. I felt like that kid again in Toys R Us, finding like Optimus Prime in like 1984, 85, 86 on the shelf and just standing there like, like in awe. That's how I felt when I got that MPO1. It was just bananas, man. I was so excited about that thing. I was taking it everywhere, showing everybody. Transformed it about 1,000,000 times, broke it. I wasn't even treating it like it was a collectible. It was supposed to be handled and treated with care. And I was acting like a kid with it, messed around and broke it, was upset, had to get another one. But yeah, man, I took it everywhere. I was showing all my boys, all my friends. They was all like, whoa, what is this? Where did this come from? Like, if you didn't know anything else as an adult at that time, you knew who Optimus Prime was. It was not probably a person on this planet, at least male, who didn't know who Optimus Prime was. Whether you watch Transformers on a regular basis or not, it didn't even matter. Everybody knew who Optimus Prime was. So everybody I showed the piece was just like losing it also. They like, damn, this is crazy. And the thing was so big. Yeah, it was nuts, man. So, you talk about being old and collecting action figures. That feeling that you get when you see something that you really into and enjoy, that really sets you off, especially as a kid, and you seeing it in adult form, it don't change. Like that feeling is it's still the same. And that's how it was with every like masterpiece transformer that I got after that. It was just like, wow, I can't believe they made this Starscream. Even though that first Starscream was kind of sus. I mean, the jet mode was fire, but that bot mode was rough with the wings and all that hanging off his hips like he had skirt. Oh, it was rough, but nevertheless, it was still a great piece to have. I had that. I had the Megatron that looked, I don't even want to talk about how the Megatron looked. Got the Prime with the trailer. And then, they just kept coming with them. Eventually got the Soundwave and on and on and on. And it's been going ever since. I mean, I had a pause in between in there, came back, picked right back up with Masterpiece Sideswipe. Man, then I discovered 1/6 scale. It was a wrap. Like the 1/6 scale. I couldn't believe stuff like that existed. Just the amount of details and everything that you got when you got a Hot Toys or there wasn't that many companies around at that time. It was really mainly Hot Toys. And then you had like third party companies doing stuff. But whether it was third party or Hot Toys or other companies that started coming in on the scene, the level of details and just, man, I can't even describe it. It was a beautiful thing. You're like, yeah, you too old for it? Nah, you're really not. You're really not too old to enjoy stuff that brings a smile to your face, that makes you happy. When I get a box and I do an unboxing, that initial feeling that you get, that rush, it's like, wow, you open it up, you start seeing all the little intricate details. You see the paint, you see just the engineering on the thing. You see the tailoring on like clothes. If you got like 6 scale figures, you see all like the line work and panel work and all that stuff on your transformers and stuff like that. Man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Having a smile, getting enjoyment, that's not just reserved for kids. Just cause you're an adult don't mean you can't do things that put a smile on your face, that bring enjoyment into your life. You're allowed to experience joy, happiness, fun, all that type of stuff as an adult. That's not just for kids. So all that, you too old to be, if it's something that I enjoy, I'm not too old for it. Care what anybody says, right? And deep down, we all are those kids that we once were. We just older now with less hair, with gray hair, more responsibilities, and that's about it. But deep down, you still enjoy. I mean, things you enjoy changes over the years, over the decades or whatever. But deep down at your core, you still have certain things that you will always enjoy from the time you were a kid to the time you laid down in the earth. And what I buy is for adults anyway. Kids can't afford this stuff. Ain't no kid buying this stuff. This stuff that y'all see surrounding me, ain't no kid buying this. They can't afford to. Hell, adults can't afford to. Shoot. Talk about for kids. Ain't you too old to be collecting that stuff? I'm probably not old enough. Shoot. Ain't no kid buying this stuff. Y'all crazy as hell. When you think a kid's buying some stuff like this, you out your mind. This stuff is for the big boys. This for the big boys. This for the folks who grown and go to work. Not no damn kids. It's for grown ups. Point blank. But on a different note, since we're talking about adulthood is overrated, man. It is. You be thinking like when you was a kid, you want to be grown so you can have all this freedom and do what you want to do. Then you become an adult and you realize you can't do what you want to do. You ain't got all this freedom that you think you got. Matter of fact, you kind of feel like you become a slave. Man, you got to pay bills, car notes, mortgage, and you got to go to a job. So now you got to take orders or listen to somebody tell you what to do. If you don't get paid. Therefore, if you don't get paid, you don't eat. You don't have a place to sleep. Man, please, when you was a child or a kid, only thing you had to worry about was going to school and getting good grades, cleaning your damn room. You had more freedoms. Hell, this adulthood stuff, boy, it is overrated. Care what nobody say. Tell me nothing about. Yeah. But anyway, back on subject. Are you too old to be collecting action figures, what some would call toys? No, you're never too old. Matter of fact, I got some stuff I want to read. I got notes for some studies that talk about, a time and place for seriousness and a time and place for fun and enjoyment and how you need both. I'm going to read this stuff for you and I'll let y'all go. The first thing I want to read, it says, where's this from? Oh, it says hobbies lower stress and improve mood. A large study in the journal Nature Medicine found people with hobbies reported lower stress levels, better overall health, higher happiness and life satisfaction. Translation, regular hobbies equal long-term stress protection. The second point was my second bullet point. They give your brain a mental reset. This is all stuff that researchers found, right? They give your brain a mental reset. Engaging in hobbies creates a state called flow state, deep focus plus enjoyment. This helps quiet anxiety, reduce overthinking, improve concentration. Hobbies pull you out of stress loops. Next bullet point. Physical hobbies reduce stress hormones. So this is talking about even physical hobbies, right? Activities like walking, lifting, or sports lower cortisol and boost endorphins. Even light activity hobbies like casual shooting hoops or walking helps regulate mood. Move your body equals calm your mind. Bullet point number 4. Creative hobbies reduce anxiety and depression. Things like photography, drawing, or collecting. Improve emotional expression. Reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. Man, you would think I can't read. You know, that's that Chicago public school coming out of me. I'm going to get it together though. Studies show creative activity can significantly lower psychological distress. Creating something helps you process stress. Bullet point number 5. Social hobbies increase resilience. Hobbies with others. Gaming, sports, collecting, communities. Build connections, reduces loneliness, increases emotional support. Shared hobbies equals stronger mental health buffer. And that's all I got, man. You know, people be talking that stuff about, aren't you too old to be, you know, collecting and buying this stuff? And you can tell them, well, you can tell them all the stuff I told you. I mean, that's all there's to it. You know, whatever you do that brings you joy, you're never too old for it. Joy and happiness ain't just for freaking kids. You're allowed to be happy and enjoy yourself as an adult.